All right, guys, we're going right into the action. This is Kaliber going up against ErupT round of 8 in our 2K tournament. TK, of course, the reigning champions. They're playing with a new fourth, and I want to see, what is Goonjar doing? He's got an LMG in his back pocket.
God, I don't like this play at all. Like, it might work out for him, but as a whole, I'm not a fan of it. I haven't caught on to this whole vibe.
Yeah, I don't. It's just so. It's like the opposite kind of. It seems like the gameplay with this game has just gotten faster and faster, and the LMG is pretty much the opposite of that. As Weeds, as CPC this guy top on, he does get cleaned up there by Saint.
Yeah, and see, that's why it doesn't work, because Goonjar then has a pistol as a secondary, and he gets annihilated because he can't do anything up close. Bad decision-making, Goonjar.
Bad. Well, you know what decision-making I like? It's from ErupT. They rotated over to A. They are losing C, but while all this is going down, they have a player on B. Can they get the 3 cap here? If Legal gets the kills, he'll have A once again. His teammate Wheats, actually, that's going to be Wheats on the other side.
Where did that nade come from?
Wheats is going to make sure B stays in favor of TK. But Perplexed on a double kill spree, now going to set up once again. I mean, ErupT, they're off to a hot start. They just got to reclaim C.
Yeah, and Perplexed, that he had to be the one who got taken out first from TK, because being at broken Humvees, it is just a dominant spot when you have A and B.
But this is a good start. Now this, I believe, what it was 2-1 now, right, in favor of TK, because we missed that. I guess that first game or the first 2 games. But this is, I mean, close. ErupT's looking pretty good to start this one after kind of getting crushed in that last game.
Yeah.
Once again, guys, Wheats 7-2, off to a fantastic start. He dropped second most kills in that most recent game on Blitz, and you can see going to work here. 3 down for Kaliber. Let's go over to ErupT. Who do you guys want to watch from this ErupT squad?
You know, I kind of want to take a look at Perplexed. I mean, Perplexed, oh God, well, not right now, but maybe off the respawn. Perplexed was in a spot where I thought he would be able to get one, but both of them were head glitching the Humvee, so he...
Yeah, there was a guy top broken as well. He was just a pig to the slaughter there. Not a whole lot he could do.
Pig to the slaughter. You're really a redneck these days.
It's a wordsmith, Scott Wordsmith, that college education. You know,
more like word salad.
Educated. We got Saint, who is 3-7 from Vex filling in on this squad, and not a good time there for Saint.
Oh, look at Wheats actually watching the home flag, because he does have B. This is a play we're starting to see way more often than we used to, because normally you saw like an AR kind of push up to the broken Humvees, but now he's kind of rotating back to watch it. I like it.
No, that was great. Just for the fill-in battle here, I got to say Wheats is kind of winning this in dominating fashion.
Crushing.
Yeah, 11-4, and on the flip side, like you said, Saint at 3-8, and it was that goon that just got destroyed there by Legal.
Yeah, not the best battle to be in there. And down goes Wheat, so that's going to be 2 members down for Kaliber, and I think there's a decent chance here we might see a little bit of a comeback.
Looks like Saint going prone on C is going to get tagged up by frag grenades, runs away, loses the point, and will go down. Legal now fighting for C control. Meanwhile, B is being taken by Kaliber. There is a teammate, though, that's Vexed over on A, so they could have AC control, and they do.
Yeah, this is really big with the last 90 seconds here. TK now has to be put in a position where they go, okay, guys, which one are we capping? And so they're going to go A. Right here, you want to see them actually hop on B. You want to see the guys of ErupT actually push on B.
Yeah, you just saw basically everyone spawn at A and just kind of flood out the mid-map here from TK. And let's see if they can make a bit of a play and hold this down.
Perplex trying to stay alive. Long battle versus Sharp. He's going to lose that. Legal scared to poke out from behind this broken gas station. Finally makes his move, instantly cut down. Now I understand why. So TK doing a solid job locking down the middle of the map. The scoreboard just a 7-point difference here on the first side of Dom.
Yeah, you know, kind of surprising here. I mean, TK, I thought they would actually be able to pull out a little bit of a bigger lead, and in the last 40 seconds we'll start to see it add up, but ErupT really couldn't get their foot in the door at all.
Look at TK right now, the 3 streak, 2, 6. I mean, they're just on a roll as a squad right now. ErupT hasn't got a kill basically in the last minute, as now they take out Neslo and Sharp. But they were down, you know, a few points pretty much the entire game until the last minute and a half or so there. Now they've jumped out to a 13-point lead with 20 seconds to go here.
Goonjar seems to be heating up, finally taking down Perplex, pushing for A in the final 15 seconds. Gets the call from Legal, get on B with me. Gets a nice pickup kill. That's going to spring B in favor of ErupT, but only for the final 5 points, as TK was definitely able to pull away. Look at your scoreboard here, guys. Now a 14-point advantage. TK looking good to close out this series if they can keep it up for 5 more minutes.
It's going to be tough. It is going to be tough. It's always interesting when you have a lead going into side 2 because you're like, do we want to go for the aggressive and grab B right away, or do we want to kind of take it slow? And I think aggressive always wins out, especially in COD goes.
Well, they just finished so strong there. I mean, we kind of saw the beginning of this in the beginning of the Blitz game. It was pretty close for a while, but then once they got set up and just went on that spree there, I think it was almost 15 straight kills from the side of TK. That's really, really tough to deal with, and that's when they really started to build on the momentum.
Well, I'm looking at kind of the game loading up here, and I'm looking at some of the tweets. Everyone on Twitter saying TK all day. This one is over. They expect them to move on. Meanwhile, I've asked our producers, give us updates on the other matches that are going on, so stay tuned for that. Of course, FaZe Black winning our first quarterfinal. We are watching the second one go down right now between ErupT and TK on the opposite side of the bracket. We're loading into the game. Who's your player to watch from Kaliber off the break?
I'm going to go Goonjar just because he's the only one on his team who's actually going to be running an AR, which means they'll probably be going for a flip off the break.
And I think TK is going to lock it down here. I don't know about you guys. I kind of want to see a TK FaZe Black final just because I got a little chippy last week.
Yeah,
well,
round 11,
TK...
man. It was awesome to see that matchup just go back and forth, back and forth. I mean, Formal and Friends dominated the respawn, but Kaliber crushed in the S&D up until that Game 5 that went the distance.
Yeah, and, TK's got to have a little bit of bad blood there. I mean, Formal left him, and then Dito leaves him. If I was them, I would be gunning.
Yeah, it just adds to the storylines.
Thanks, Scott.
Yeah, his voice there was a little bit sensual, and as close as he's sitting next to me, Chris, I feel a bit uncomfortable.
You probably adored it with all your romantic comedies you watch and cry to every day.
I love romantic comedies.
Yo, you're a rom-com watcher?
I love rom-coms!
He's the worst. He's honestly the shittiest person I've ever met.
Scott, what's the worst movie that Maven has watched in your presence?
He has watched The Notebook.
Oh, The Notebook's fantastic. He walked in on me watching Frozen the other day, Chris.
Frozen was bad. Frozen was really bad.
I was in here singing along.
Maven was sitting on the couch, the grouch, which is grandma's couch.
Yes, good work, Twitter. Thank you.
He was sitting on the couch with his knitted blanket and just watching Frozen, laughing to himself that he's happy that
it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful film.
You still listen to the damn songs on your phone.
All right, guys, we got battles at C as we bring this game back to the video game. C will be taken back by Sharp 4-9 here on the second side. What was the total advantage for TK at the half?
14, I believe it was.
14, gracias.
13 or 14. Might have made up those numbers entirely, Chris, but it was a pretty good lead. And as we're headed into, just under 4 minutes now, they've got early disadvantage, only down like 5. But
oh, God, 4 dead.
Oh, my. Yeah, TK just wiped out the entire team of Vex.
Yeah, they're up.
Sir Weeds is set up for the spawn kill, too. Let's go to him. How many can he pick off? 1 is the answer. He is going to be shut down by Perplexed. Perplexed now 4-2 is going to try and push out from middle control, and I like this decision to overextend all the way to C. If he can win the one-on-one versus Wheats coming off that respawn, they could then make a push for B.
Yeah, this is a really, really, really big battle here, but he has no idea that he's in the gas station, or does he? Oh, and he's going to be taken out. And his teammate actually ended up rotating around 2, so now Saint's going to be the only one up, and he's going to be stopped by a grenade. TK is bombarding them with grenades.
Yeah, Wheats and Neslo just eliminated everyone. That was nuts. I mean, right after we saw Wheats pick up that kill at C, I just saw on the kill feed at least he knifed someone else. So he really is playing out of his mind right now, Chris.
And Neslo on your screen now is going to be making sure A is clear. They know that they have total map domination when it comes to the flags. The spawns could be random. That pawn spawn now being called out. They know the pressure is going to be at C. It's going to be up to Wheats to deal with this.
Oh, Wheats. Oh, not the best spot for an AR user, but Sharp is actually going to be here to have his back, and Sharp misses some shots and didn't have his back too well.
And look what the 3-cap can do here. I mean, they were down 5 TK.
Yep.
Like, what seems like a minute and a half ago, and now all of a sudden they're up to a 30-point lead. That turned around in a hurry.
When you don't have a flag, it's tough to get points.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Solid stuff here from Wheats once again. I'm going to stay on board with this, man. He's 10-4 with a cap.
He's
and
good.
He's doing it at all range, man. Long, short, he's challenging every opportunity he gets. And you're going to see Sharp now trying to double back, make sure B is in their favor as ErupT trying to push out of their base. Every single time they push forward, though, they drop their lead.
Yep. You know, the one thing I got to say that I really liked about Sharp was I believe he was like 1-4 on Monday in the league, and he decided to stay up for 24 hours and grinded the game until it was just unbearable for him to even play COD anymore. So it shows that he's still super, super dedicated.
Yeah, and this has gotten away from ErupT here. I mean, they're out to a 40-point lead combined with that first round. I mean, they're out of it. Even a 3-cap right now isn't going to save them. And that was just, I know we didn't see the entire series, but at least the couple games we did see. I'll tell you what, I mean, Kaliber may be on their way to a third finals here.
Be crazy.
I'm looking for a team that can cancel out their aggression, though, and that's where I get scared for them. They haven't really been pressured by ErupT at all in this series when a lot of teams, especially the slower playing teams like Optic Gaming, they struggle with ErupT's playstyle. But TK and other squads that are really aggressive, I'm seeing them look pretty strong, especially Kaliber right now with Goonjar and Wheats running the double AR. It's really giving ErupT problems.
Yeah, I don't think ErupT can handle it. That may just be the way to cancel it out. Just hold back a little bit and just go. And Wheats is just Wheats is a monster. Like, I can't wait to watch Wheats play just at every tournament. He and the guys on Rise just really still have so much to prove.
They all impressed me. I mean, Fears was just beast. I mean, he ran an AR a lot of the maps and was kind of their slayer a lot. But I think he ended up with what? Highest or second highest KD out of everyone at Champs. So that's just impressive.
Look at you, Mr. Stats.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, to be fair, his competition wasn't exactly the same as a lot of other people. However, Fears, like you said, solid slayer. Going into the final seconds here, 90-some to 51. Actually, it's just going to be 89-51 officially, as we're going to see TK close it out. Rise Nation, all 4 members being picked up in the draft. Wheats was one of the first to go, and he is showing off his skills as he fills in for Apathy on TK. Another game where he leads the pack 17-10-1 overall for Wheats in that second side. And Dom, 3-1. You guys surprised by this or expect it?
I think surprised just because they're playing with a fill-in, and I don't think Wheats has ever played really too much with TK. But regardless, I mean, TK advances. I think if you're ErupT, you're kind of like, how the hell did we just lose to a team with a pickup?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess you can't be too surprised because TK has obviously won the last 2K, the last 2, but well, I wouldn't have. I think the most surprising thing for me is how easily Wheats is filled in. Like, it just, they don't look to be having any issues at all.
Fun fact, if TK wins this week, it'll be 3 2K wins with 3 different rosters. First one was with Methods, second one with Neslo, this last one now swapping out Apathy for Wheats. So TK moves on, FaZe Black moves on into our final 4. We're still looking Optic versus Curse Black and Envy versus Vex. We'll try to get into one of those games when we return right here on MLG.TV/COD.